Extinction 2 was planned to be an Infinite Warfare but was swapped out for zombies. Following the recent disappointing super easter egg in Cold War Zombies, Lee Ross, the head of Infinite Warfare Zombies who used to work at Treyarch as well but he no longer works on Call of Duty, tweeted, "Like I've said before, IW Zombies is the best super easter egg the franchise has ever seen. It took a ton of hard work and was risky but we were committed. And this is the result of highly passionate and talented people working together to make special things." The other lead of Infinite Warfare Zombies and Extinction, Brian Bright, said, "Lol, we made Spaceland a space-themed pack, in part to troll the campaign because it went into space with light-speed warp drives and such." Lee Ross said, "I remember doing interviews and I kept getting the question about boost jumps versus boots on the ground, and I'd always respond, Zombies in Spaceland is a boots on the ground experience." Brian Bright then referenced the upcoming Godzilla vs King Kong event in Warzone, saying, "Yeah, boots on the ground, but with Godzilla and Kong. They should have used the Kraken instead." A fan then asked, "Brian, did you ever work on any of the COD collabs like the Predator or Michael Myers?" He said, "Nope, we were making Extinction during COD Ghost and after with DLC episodes." Lee Ross said, "Extinction 2 would have been amazing. The prototype we built had so much promise." Smart Guy then said, "There was a prototype for an Extinction sequel. I need this in my life now." Brian Bright then said, "Yep, the video is cool. It had base building, a little RTS mechanics in the mix." To be fair, if we made Extinction 2, there would not have been Infinite Warfare Zombies. The studio was nervous about taking COD to space and didn't want aliens in it, even though the cryptids were not aliens. He went on to clarify that the cryptids technically were aliens as they came to Earth millions of years ago and were hibernating underground until the rods of God hit and awakened them. So what on earth are your thoughts on this? Extinction 2 was almost a possibility, and the idea they have planned sounds really fun. I think now that we've seen Outbreak in Cold War Zombies, that would have been the perfect mode for an Extinction 2. An open world Extinction with a massive hive would have been insane. But if it did have base building and you had to defend it, God knows what it could have been. Some sort of Rust-esque Extinction mode would have been awesome. Alternatively, we got Infinite Warfare Zombies instead, which is quite controversial. Some people love it, some people really hate it. There's no real middle ground. But I think we can all agree the super easter egg in that game was absolutely insane. And speaking of the super easter egg, since the recent one in Black Ops Cold War Zombies wasn't a real super easter egg, it was basically just a swan song, a little reward, and thank you from Treyarch to the fans for playing the game over the past year. Well, Kevin Drew, the systems lead for Cold War Zombies, replied to his tweet saying, "You and your team set a very high bar, Lee, hoping to raise it next game in regards to easter eggs." So it sounds like Treyarch are planning to have harder easter eggs in their next Cold War Zombies game. I think they're still going to have the main quests that are easy to be walked through for all fans to enjoy, that aren't too overly complex, but they are planning to have harder easter eggs as well. Whether that means there's going to be a casual and a hardcore easter egg on every map, I'm not exactly sure, or the harder quests will just be side easter eggs, but it does sound like most likely Treyarch are planning a harder super easter egg for their next COD Zombies game that is actually going to be a proper super easter egg and not just a little reward. So we'll have to wait and see what Treyarch are brewing up for their next COD Zombies game, but they are speaking very, very highly of it, which has me excited. Eric Maynard had a good suggestion saying, "I really think two huge takeaways from Infinite Warfare super easter egg are the huge EXP reward for using Director's Cut to carry a player who's never done a quest before, and the idea of having to redo all of the quests again, going back for the talismans made for a day of speedrunning easter eggs with friends." So that is something to note for the next Treyarch Zombies easter egg. I think that they might implement something similar to that because Eric's suggestion is really good, and that's what made the super easter egg great, having to go back through those easter eggs again. And maybe in Treyarch's next game they could make you go back through the old easter eggs again, but there's something that you have to do slightly different or something like that. And also the benefit of hardcore players who are very familiar with the easter eggs and very good at them carrying casuals through the easter eggs in order to unlock that bonus reward for the super easter egg, which in Infinite Warfare's case was the Director's Cut mode, but it'll end up being something different if Treyarch want to do something similar in their next game. Lee Ross did reply to Kevin Drew saying, "You are a creative mastermind. I have faith that if given the support you could do something extraordinary," basically referencing that Treyarch haven't been getting the adequate support to make something great as of late. Cold War Zombies was made in a very short amount of time with not enough resources. That's why we saw a lot of resources pulled from the campaign, and even then I think the mode came out phenomenal and they tried something new with Outbreak that ended up being a huge success. Whilst it is controversial, it really does set the groundwork for the future of COD Zombies, and I think they can expand on Outbreak with a much more expansive mode in the future. future, based off of the groundwork they laid in Cold War Zombies. If Treyarch are given better resources, though, they can do something great, and they are apparently having an extra year of development for their next COD Zombies game, which is probably going to release in 2024, so that extra development time should give them more time for better content. Lee Ross did say, "Zombies fans have no idea how phenomenal you are as a creative on this IP. Go get 'em, my brother." So just some kind words between two amazing developers, and this is all really huge news. Extinction 2 is almost a possibility. If that was the case, though, we wouldn't have gotten Infinite Warfare Zombies, which I guess you can argue in the comment section down below which you would have preferred to receive, and it does look like Treyarch are pushing for harder Easter eggs in their next game, as well as a possible super Easter egg. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're around here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.